going to start by chanting Om, most powerful mantra in the universe, followed by Shanti, which is peace, something that we all could use a lot more of these days. If you want to just listen, it'll work anyways. Oh. Next, we're going to sing the Liberation Mantra that I learned from my teacher, Sharon Gannon. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions in my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. When I was a new student in '99, Jiva Mukti in New York City, on Lafayette Street, there's a teacher there named Maria who taught on Monday afternoons at 4 o'clock. And I go to her class, and her singing was so beautiful, I would start weeping. And I couldn't figure out, because I thought and misunderstood that Hatha Yoga was just a physical practice. But I realized, by being moved so deeply by her beautiful voice and probably the power and the weight of the words in the mantra, that it was a lot more than just a physical exercise practice. So this is the mantra she sang that I still hold as one of my favorites. If you have the Jiva Mukti chant book, it's on page 6 and it's number 25. In Sanskrit, it's Om Sarva Mangala Mangaliye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. The translation: I salute the three-eyed Divine Mother, Narayani, who brings total auspiciousness and who fulfills the desire for liberation. Realization arises with her blessing. She is the world itself. Only through the experiences of life can the soul be perfected. Honor this gift, your life, and bow to Mother Nature. And we're going to do it a cappella because I think it's more powerful that way. Om Sarva Mangala Mangaliye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Sarva Mangala Mangaliye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Sarva Mangala Mangaliye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Narayani Namostute. Oh. So the last three classes I taught at Nanda Yoga in San Mateo, I somehow landed on this theme of one that I heard from Sharon and David that comes from the Hopi Indian tribe, that is, we are the ones that we're looking for. And then the other was from the Bhagavad Gita, a very powerful book. It was from the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 21st sutra, where Krishna is instructing Arjuna, and he says, a great person leads by example, setting standards that are followed by others all over the world. And I realize that people are looking to each other right now, that we are the ones that we are looking for. People are looking to us to see how to act right now. And at the root of yoga practice is this ability to have equanimity of mind in all situations. If we adhere to the wisdom and principles of yoga, that is the promise of the practice. So to model to others right now, calmness, steadiness, joyfulness is incredibly powerful. The next thing that came to mind for me was the Lord's Prayer. This was this morning early when I woke up. St. Francis Prayer, excuse me. St. Francis Prayer says, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying to self that we are born to eternal life. Amen. The prayer of St. Francis. The thing I love about St. Francis and his prayer is that it applies really well to this current situation I find myself in. You know, I'm in close quarters with my son, my daughter, and my wife, and my 2 kitty cats. And we're never together this much unless we're on vacation. And those are just little short periods of time. But literally we're on top of each other right now. And I feel like this prayer speaks in volumes to me how I should be acting around them. Don't be selfish. Think of their needs. I've taken to heart really trying to do chores daily without, being directed by my wife to clean up, to tidy up, to take care of family needs, laundry, take garbage out. And I found it really helpful. It feels good to take the action. I noticed last night that my son started doing the dishes without being asked. Emptying the dishwasher, loading new dishes. And it was that same idea that we lead by example. People are watching us right now. They want to see how we're acting. My job still currently that I'm blessed with is to take care of a senior as a nutritionist and chef. And so when I drive across from the Mission to Russian Hill every night, I see tons of people out in our lockdown order. It's supposed to be sheltered in place right now, but I see tons of people out doing whatever they're doing. And my first thought is judgment. It's negative thought. But what I keep coming back to is this prayer. Everyone out there is doing the best they think they know how to do right now. It's not for me to tell them what to do. It's not for me to judge them in their action. Everybody is trying their best. So the best I can do, again, is fall back on modeling. I heard on the news that you pretend like you have the virus. So how are you going to interact with others knowing that fact? And that's pretty much how I've operated this time. So I'm returning to the teachings daily. I just did an 1.5-hour physical hatha yoga practice. It felt really good to be in my body, to breathe my body, to slow down. I did, however, notice in the practice that I was wanting to go to the next part of the practice. It was hard being in the poses that I didn't like as much as others. And those are the poses that I just hunkered down, and got deeper into the breath and stayed a little bit longer. Because that's what I need right now. I need to not run away. I need not to be someplace else or think the next thing is going to be what I need to be steady and joyful right now. What I need is to be in the moment and to remember God, to remember the teachings of yoga, remember that I am here for others. That is my job right now. It's not about me. So we're going to continue to read some of Sharon Gannon's Magic 10 and beyond. And we're going to start, we finished with the introduction, which was very beautiful. We're going to read the next part of the beginning, the way to use this book. For practice to yield sweet fruit, it must be done regularly. Daily is best. It should become a habit, a good habit like brushing your teeth. And like brushing your teeth, a daily practice, yoga practice, doesn't have to take all day. Do it first thing in the morning and allow the benefits to unfold and reveal themselves throughout the rest of the day. Over time, with consistent, regular daily practice, the benefits will accumulate. Transformation is always subtle and gradual, but nonetheless inevitable if you commit to consistency in your practice. So she's telling us we should be in for the long game. It's a long, slow practice. There's no need to get somewhere quickly. Slow down, be in the practice. The book is divided into chapters or weeks. Each chapter's heading shows the way, a focused introduction to a specific practice followed by practical instructions for how to do the practice that week. There's also a glossary at the end of the book to help you understand many of the Sanskrit or other foreign terms that are used throughout the book. Number 1, option. Utilize the book to provide you with a practice that gradually increases in intensity from week to week over a 10-week period. For example, the first week, every day you practice gratitude. In the second week, add the practice of giving blessings. Third week, you add feeding the birds. And you keep going on, adding new practices each week. At the end of week 10, you will be doing all 10 practices in sequence every day. Option 2, take any of the practices that appeal to you and practice them a la carte. Option 3, the chef in me likes that term, a la carte. Option 3, select just the Magic 10 series of asanas that appear in week 4, connecting the way, a simple physical practice that can be done in about 10 minutes that will keep your body fit and limber. And we put that on the channel yesterday. Number 4, option number 4, use all 10 practices or any of them as a prelude or warm-up for your own asana practice. If you choose this option, it is best to place the practice of Shavasana, deep relaxation, given in week 10 after your asana practice. Option 5, customize and rearrange the sequence of the practice into a different order than presented in this book. For example, sit down to meditate first thing in the morning, shifting practice 9 to number 1. Afterward, let the sequence unfold as you practice gratitude, giving blessings, feeding birds, and so forth. Always feel free to creatively modify the practice so that they fit your capacity and lifestyle. As you will see, I have provided some suggestions to help with that. Do your best and leave the rest, or I will like to say, do your best and let go, and let God do the rest. Do your best and let God do the rest. I think we're just going to start with week 1. Also, if you want, I saw on Amazon, these are available, and I know Amazon is still delivering. Get yourself a copy of this, and as we go through this the next 10 weeks, or maybe less, you can follow along with me. So we're going to start now with Awakening the Way. It's week 1. It's about gratitude. The sun, in a kind and caring way, extends life, giving rays to all living beings on the earth, providing us with warmth, light, and life. The energy that lifts us upward to our fuller potential as kind and caring beings. Life is a privilege. Humility is the most important virtue to cultivate for the yogi, because through humility one can diminish self-centeredness and awaken to self-realization. With each new day, we are given an opportunity to remember who we really are, to remember our divine eternal connection to the Supreme. Gratitude awakens humility, and humility leads to enlightenment. How you begin your day will color your whole day. If you want the presence of goodness to guide you throughout your day, the best way is to remember the source of goodness as soon as you wake up. To wake up in a good mood is something that you can actually train yourself to do. That is what the practice is. It is not something that necessarily comes naturally. At the beginning, consciousness training is essential. Over time, your discipline will begin to yield results. The practice will become second nature, and you will gracefully wake up in a mood of gratitude. Yoga means to remember God. Most of us wake up in the morning with thoughts about ourselves and with questions like, what am I going to do today? Right away, we get busy with planning what we are going to do, and with those thoughts, we forget the actual source of our doing. When we forget God, we focus on ourselves as the doer, and then we feel quite overwhelming when we face all the things we have to do, the problems we feel we have to fix at home, at work, and in the world. We may even fall into the habit of complaining about our lives, other people who are creating obstacles for us, and the unfairness of it all. Complaining actually rewires your brain. The more you complain, the easier it is to complain, and over time you find yourself in a negative spiral. The antidote for the poison of complaining is gratitude. If we can mindfully catch ourselves when we are about to fall into complaining and instead lift ourselves up by finding something to be grateful for, we will be able to break the negative habit of complaining, which leads to self-loathing, worry, anxiety, and fear about getting up in the morning. Through gratitude, we experience humility. We offer ourselves as instruments for the will of the Supreme Self so that we may relax and participate as players in the creative unfolding of the great mystery that is life. Many people might find that it is difficult to relate to God, but the force of God, or what you may call the enlightenment principle or the power of unconditional love, comes through in many tangible forms. As gurus or teachers, anyone can be our teacher. Our parents are our first teachers. It is up to us to see the teacher in another person. Decide to treat them with respect and listen to the messages they give. In our journey through life, if we are opening to hearing others, we will encounter teachers who will provide the right guidance, will help us remember who we really are. Feeling gratitude for their presence in our lives is a powerful way to cultivate humility and bring us closer to yoga and to enlightenment. The practice. This is the best part I love at the end of every chapter. The practice. As soon as you wake up, while still lying in bed, aloud or silently, say a prayer that expresses gratitude for your life. Gratitude for being given an opportunity to remember God and the desire to be kind to others. Yes, Sharon. Option 1. Thank God for this day. See, everything I do today, every action I offer to you, my Lord. Your bliss increase in the world. Please accept my offering. Option 2. Chant the Sanskrit pledge, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, or say in English, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Option 3. Ask your higher self to make you his or her instrument. Say, make me an instrument for thy will, not mine, but thine be done. Free me from anger, jealousy, and fear, and fill my heart with joy and compassion. Option 4, express gratitude for the teachers in your life. Remember the good things they have done for you and for others. Talk to them, address them by name, and thank them for being in your life. Sharon, thank you for being in my life. David, thank you for being in my life. See, there's an example. Option 5, chant the traditional Sanskrit mantra to the Guru from the Guru Strotam. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Or say it in English, our creation is that Guru. The duration of our lives is that Guru. Our trials, illnesses, and calamities are that Guru. There's a Guru that is nearby and a Guru that is beyond the beyond. I humbly make my offerings to the Guru, the beautiful remover of ignorance, and the enlightenment principle that is within me and surrounds me at all times. Beautiful teachings. Thank you, Sharon. We love you so much. And we'll finish the session by chanting Om in Shanti. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. And then finishing today's practice with our hands in prayer, giving thanks to all of our teachers, especially the inner guiding teacher, the Sadguru. Bowing forward, Om Bolo, Sadguru, Bhagavan Ki, Jai, Hari Om Tat Sat. Inhaling, come up. Thank you so much for your attention. May God bless you. And I hope to see you soon. Namaste. This is Jeremy saying goodbye.